Spartacus was a symbol of resistance. He was a gladiator who fought for freedom. We know little about his early life. Historians believe he was a Thracian soldier. He was enslaved and sold to a gladiator school. Spartacus endured brutal training. He learned to fight for the entertainment of Rome. In 73 BC, Spartacus made a daring decision. He decided to fight for his freedom. Spartacus, along with other gladiators, escaped the school. They sought refuge on Mount Vesuvius. Their numbers grew as they were joined by escaped slaves. They became a formidable force. Spartacus's rebellion shook the Roman Republic. His strategic brilliance led to several victories against Roman legions. He marched his army of over 70,000 through Roman territory. He aimed to liberate all slaves in the Roman Republic. However, the rebellion faced internal divisions. Some wanted to flee Italy, others to continue fighting. Despite their early success, the tide turned. In 71 BC, the Roman general Marcus Licinius Crassus crushed the rebellion. Spartacus died in battle, fighting with incredible courage. Although the rebellion failed, it left a lasting legacy. Today we see echoes of Spartacus's fight in the actions of modern-day revolutionaries. These individuals and movements challenge oppressive systems. They fight for social justice, equality, and freedom. Nelson Mandela fought against apartheid in South Africa. He spent 27 years in prison for his activism. His unwavering commitment to equality inspired millions. He became a global icon of peace and justice. Mahatma Gandhi led India's independence movement through non-violent resistance. He challenged British colonial rule with peaceful protests and civil disobedience. His philosophy of non-violence continues to inspire activists worldwide. Malala Yousafzai is a young activist fighting for girls' education. She survived an assassination attempt by the Taliban for speaking out. Her bravery and determination have made her a powerful voice for education rights. Section 4. Shared Dreams of Freedom, Spartacus and Modern Revolutionaries Compared. Spartacus and these modern-day revolutionaries shared a common goal. They fought against oppressive systems. They sought to create a more just and equitable world. Their struggles highlight the universal desire for freedom and dignity. They all challenged existing power structures. Spartacus challenged the Roman Republic, a powerful empire built on slavery. Modern revolutionaries challenge oppressive regimes, systemic racism, and social inequalities. The courage these figures displayed is inspiring. Spartacus led a slave revolt against a powerful empire. Modern revolutionaries stand up to injustice despite facing imprisonment, violence, and persecution. Their unwavering belief in their cause unites them across centuries. Section 5. Different arenas, same fight. Distinguishing Spartacus's rebellion from modern movements. Despite the similarities, there are significant differences between Spartacus's rebellion and modern revolutionary movements. These differences are rooted in the distinct historical contexts and the unique methods employed by each. The historical context of Spartacus's time was vastly different from today. The methods employed by Spartacus and his followers were shaped by the brutal realities of their era. Spartacus led a violent uprising against Roman rule, a rebellion marked by fierce battles and significant bloodshed. His rebellion was born out of sheer necessity, as slaves had extremely limited options for peaceful resistance. The oppressive conditions left them with little choice but to fight back with force. In stark contrast, many modern movements, particularly those inspired by figures like Gandhi, emphasize non-violent resistance. These movements seek to achieve their goals through peaceful means. Modern revolutions often utilize a variety of tactics, including peaceful protests, sit-ins, and other forms of civil disobedience. Advancements in technology and communication have led to new forms of resistance. Social media platforms and online organizing have become powerful tools for modern activists. Social media, online organizing, and global interconnectedness define modern movements, allowing for rapid dissemination of information and mobilization of supporters. However, despite these differences in methods and contexts, the core message remains the same. Whether it's a slave fighting for freedom in ancient Rome or an activist demanding equality in the 21st century, the fight is fundamentally against oppression and injustice. It's a fight for a better future, a future where everyone can live with dignity, freedom, and equality. Section 6. Time cannot dim their courage. Why Spartacus and modern-day revolutionaries remain iconic. Spartacus and these modern revolutionaries have become icons. Their names are etched in history, not just for their actions, but for the ideals they stood for. Their stories continue to inspire generations because they represent the fight against injustice. They are symbols of resistance, embodying the spirit of defiance against oppression. They remind us that individuals have the power to challenge even the most powerful systems. Their courage and determination show that one person can indeed make a difference. Their stories resonate because they embody courage. Courage to stand up, to speak out, and to fight for what they believe in, even when the odds are stacked against them. Spartacus, facing overwhelming odds, challenged a powerful empire. His rebellion, though ultimately unsuccessful, demonstrated the power of collective action. Modern revolutionaries face down powerful governments and institutions. They continue the legacy of Spartacus, fighting for justice and equality in their own times. They remind us that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to fight for what's right. It is this bravery that fuels movements and inspires change. Their legacies remind us that change is possible, that through perseverance and unity, even the most entrenched systems can be challenged and reformed. Even though Spartacus's rebellion was ultimately crushed, it inspired others to fight for freedom. His story is a testament to the enduring power of resistance. Modern movements continue to make strides towards a more just and equitable world. They carry forward the torch of revolution, lighting the way for future generations. Section 7. The Enduring Spirit of Revolution, a Legacy of Change. The story of Spartacus and the stories of modern revolutionaries remind us that the fight for justice is a continuous process. From the ancient arenas of Rome to the streets of today's cities, the struggle for freedom and equality has always been a part of human history. It's a relay race where each generation picks up the baton and continues the fight. Each era brings its own challenges and heroes, but the essence of the struggle remains the same. Whether successful or not, revolutions leave a lasting impact. They shape societies, influence cultures, and redefine what is possible for future generations. They challenge the status quo and inspire future generations to continue the struggle for a better world. The courage and determination of those who stand up against oppression serve as a beacon of hope. Their stories serve as a reminder that even in the face of oppression, the human spirit yearns for freedom, equality, and justice. The desire for a fair and just society is a powerful force that transcends time and place. As long as injustice exists, there will be those who rise up to challenge it. The voices of dissent and the actions of the brave ensure that the fight for justice is never silenced. The spirit of revolution, as embodied by Spartacus and countless others, lives on, reminding us that we all have a role to play in building a more just and equitable world. It is a legacy of change that continues to inspire and drive us forward.